Hello everyone and welcome back to C&C Talks After Hours. I'm your host Charlie and let's get started. This is the history of Iran from 1905 to 2023. We begin in 1905 with more protests about Persian tariffs being used to repay Russian loans, and a earlier tobacco protest in the 1890s continuing to ramp up over the tobacco concession given to the British that will allow them to build tobacco plants in the southeast of the country. At the same time, there's calls for a constitution to limit the Shah's power. However, the British and Russians both side with the Shah, and the constitution is rather shot down. The next year, in 1907, the British and the Russians meet at the Anglo-Russian Entente of 1907. This sets up zones of influence in Iran, as well as bringing in the English into the French and Russian alliance later for the First World War. In 1914, with the Persian campaign of World War I, the Ottomans and the British and the Russians are all battling really within Iran itself due to the zones of influence that the Russians have in the north near the city of Tehran, as well as the surrounding territory near the Caspian Sea, and the British in the southeast near their holding in India with British Raj. This leads to the Ottomans invading, attempt to cut off the Russians in the Caspian Sea, as well as the Germans attempting to revolutionize Afghanistan to join the Central Powers' cause. However, this really doesn't go anywhere. Both sides lose roughly 3,000 casualties, both the Ottomans and the British. Russian losses are unknown, and this unfortunately results in the death of around 2 million civilians due to lack of food and disease as well. World War II and the Anglo-Soviet invasion of Iran via Operation Counterance. The Soviets begin to move down from Azerbaijan and Turkmenistan in August of 1941 during the German invasion of the Soviet Union during Operation Barbarossa, and the English, after defeating the Vichy French and German forces in Iraq and Syria, begin to move west as well. The Iranians are absolutely outgunned and outmatched technologically, and they fall within a week, or roughly a week, and this results in the English and Soviets being in control of most of the country. And this actually, at the beginning of the Cold War, forces the English to leave. They leave on their own accord, but the Soviets stay and actually are forced out of the region by the UN.